Hello everyone, I'm Rin from Rindar Gaming, and today we're going to go over 5 things to help you tank Waycrest Manor. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button for more tank tip videos. The first tip, spend some time walking this dungeon. There's several different routes through this dungeon as it changes every time you put a key in or enter the dungeon on normal, heroic, or mythic. Different doors will open when you walk in. There's one of 4 available intro pathings. So this dungeon is going to change very regularly. What you're going to want to do, run the dungeon on normal, heroic, mythic, a low key, what have you. Get the dungeon completed. And once it's done, spend some time, 10 minutes or so, just walking around and kind of exploring. This is going to let you be a little more familiar with this when that pull pattern or that other door opens the next time you walk in there. You're going to want to be familiar with this because once that key starts, you've got to make those quick decisions on the fly, and it's going to help you a lot if you know which doors open and which doors close. Tip number 2 is going to be line of sight is king. This dungeon offers several areas where you can line of sight for effective death balls and make some rather large pulls. A great example is the trash inside of the Raul the Gluttonous' room. You can use the doors leading to the hallways to control where your ads come. So you pop your head into that door, you're going to taunt 1 or 2 different mob packs, and then you're going to move back into the hallway with your team. You can then use stuff like Death and Decay or Consecrate, something on some kind of foreground effect, and that's going to let you get aggro as those mobs begin to walk and pat to you. It's also going to stack them up and create a very effective death ball for your DPS to just kind of go crazy with. So you want to be looking as you try to move through this dungeon for ways that you can use line of sight to create very effective death balls and make some very good pulls. That brings us to tip number 3. Now, there are several spots where you can pull very big in this dungeon with little danger. There are also points where you're going to need either kite or CC in order to live through a 2 or 3 pack pull. The Heartsbane Rune Weavers are very deadly and require a lot of movement. Treat these ads with some respect as you walk through your trash pulls. You're going to want to check your method dungeon tools, figure out where these ads are. Some of them are going to be hidden until you walk past them, so you're going to walk right over this thing. You're going to pull 1, maybe 2 mob packs, you're going to turn around, it's going to be beating on your healer. So make sure you know where these are at and show them some respect, because they will mess you up. If you get 2 or 3 of those guys, you get a really ugly situation going quickly. They also have a tendency to pat, which makes them kinda nasty. The next thing we want to talk about, tip number 4, is know your percentages. Now, once you get through the top layer of the dungeon, you get the first 3 bosses down, you're going to kind of descend into the catacombs, okay? There's set ads down there, obviously, but you need to know what those percentages are. Before you start heading down the stairs to the catacombs, you need to be at 82.7% for a normal week or 84% on teaming weeks. This is very important as it can keep you from having to run back up to grab trash later. If you get all the way to the last boss, you're kind of down in a hole. You want to be able to, kill the boss, dungeon's over, GG loots. You don't want to have to run back. Tip number 5, also dealing with percentages, is when we're talking about percentages of this dungeon, as the pathing changes with every key, remember there are 2 ways in and out of the cellar moving into the grand foyer. This means that if you get to the cellar and are a little light on trash, you can move through the other side to pick up some extra percent. You can also work through the rest of the dungeon, and after the last boss, port to the beginning using an NPC on the staircase. Most of the doors will be open by this point, making it a breeze to just pick up the final trash needed. Find some stuff that's not infested, and just kind of pick and choose depending on how much percentage you still need when you get done with that dungeon. But that's it, guys. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you have any questions or comments, post them in the comment section below, ask me on Twitter or on my live stream. Links will be in the description below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. It does help out a lot. Until next time, later, y'all.